being recorded in a week, representing the highest recorded so far. We have seen the number of COVID-19 cases and deaths almost double in 2 months, from 8,374 on 1 November to 14,084 to date. The cumulative number of COVID-19 cases in Zimbabwe as of 1 January 2021 is now 14,084 cases and 369 deaths. In view of this surge in COVID-19 cases, the government has intensified testing and patient care throughout all provinces. In light of the recent surge in COVID-19 cases, the following stiff lockdown measures are being put in place with immediate effect. 1. Gatherings are reduced to not more than 30 people at all funerals. All other gatherings at weddings, churches, bars, bottle stores, gymnasiums, restaurants, etc., are banned for 30 days. 2. The existing COVID-19 preventive health measures will be strictly enforced. That is to say, correct wearing of face masks, social distancing, hand sanitization, and temperature checks will be strictly enforced and offenders will be prosecuted. 3. Only essential services are to remain open, such as hospitals, pharmacies, and supermarkets, with only essential staff allowed to come to work. These services can only open at 8 a.m. and must close at 3 p.m. and will be subject to curfew that will start at 6 p.m. and end 6 a.m. 4. Of the other commercial services, only Part 4 lockdown order services, such as mining, manufacturing, and agriculture, will operate as before. Other commercial services specified in Part 5 of the lockdown order, that is to say, all formal businesses and registered informal traders, are suspended from Tuesday, 5 January 2021 for 30 days. 5. Inter-provincial and inter-city transport services are restricted only to essential services and Part 4 commercial services. 6. People must stay at home, save for buying food and medicine or transporting sick relatives. Other exceptions are as specified in the lockdown order. 7. As for schooling, only examination classes are to open now. 8. Cross-border traders are stopped forthwith, save for commercial and transit cargo related to essential and critical services. 9. Air transport remains unhindered and will continue as before, with arrivals and returning residents required to present COVID-19 free certificates. As for land access, only returning residents and essential drivers will be admitted, subject to presentation of COVID-19 free certificates. These certificates must have been issued at least 48 hours before departure. Lastly, 10. Just to be clear, restaurants, bottle stores, and bars are closed for 30 days, except for bars and restaurants serving hotel restaurants. Also, tourist facilities and national parks will operate as before, subject to the usual health precautions.
Those were the new COVID-19 regulations that the Vice President was giving us this evening. Now, the Ministry of Health and Childcare says 217 new positive COVID cases and 6 deaths were recorded yesterday. Now, of the cases, 126 are local infections, whilst 1 is of a returnee from South Africa. Now, in a statement, the ministry said deaths were recorded in Masvingo, Harare, Manicaland, Mashonaland Central and Bulawayo provinces. 97 new recoveries were also recorded yesterday, and currently there are 2,368 active cases. To date, the country has recorded 14,084 positive cases, 11,347 recoveries, and 369 deaths. We continue with our COVID-19 updates, where popular music producer and Chillspot Records manager DJ Fanton is on the run as police continue to swoop on the organizers of the Mbare gig that was staged on New Year's Eve in violation of COVID-19 regulations.
52 people have so far been arrested in connection with staging of a Mbare gig on New Year's Eve, amid public safety concerns emanating from the flouting of COVID-19 regulations by both organizers and those who attended. Zimbabwe Republic Police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, revealed that although many have been arrested, police are now looking for the primary suspect, DJ Fanton.
I want to challenge and implore some of the popular figures, be they musicians, be they DJs, please do not play with people's lives. COVID is real. COVID is affecting everyone all over the world. So let's listen to what is being said by the government. Let's listen to what is being said by the health experts. And also cooperate with the police officers as they enforce the government's COVID-19 regulation measures.
The staging of the gig raised a lot of eyebrows in the wake of a new wave of COVID-19, which is claiming lives on a daily basis. If pictures of the gig are anything to go by, a lot still needs to be done to enforce COVID-19 regulations. The new wave of COVID-19 is set to overwhelm the country's health facilities if Zimbabweans continue with the kind of complacency that was shown at the Mbare gig. Of major concern, however, is that the Mbare incident was not an isolated case, but other functions were held as revelers prioritized short, joyous moments over public health.
A local health expert has warned that the COVID-19 storm could soon overwhelm health facilities if people continue being complacent. The warning was issued this Saturday by Mpilo Hospital Chief Executive Officer Professor Solwayo Ngwenya.
This new virus is more deadly. And that's not the end of it. It may even change its structure. Once it changes its structure, it will render all these vaccines that we are talking about useless, because it has changed its structure. And we allow it to change its structure because of our own population behavior. It's us who are giving this virus a time to multiply, because we are allowing it to move from one place to another. And we are giving it food, and we are making it get stronger and stronger. And my dire warning is to the people that this is a global pandemic. It's very deadly. And it just started. It is going to kill a lot of people. And at its worst, the hospitals are full, your health workers are sick, and they're home isolating or even dying themselves. Then you've got a sick population who can't get to the hospital, who are dying on the way. There will be times when you are going to see people dying on the street. They're dying on the street. They can't get to the hospital. And if they get to the hospital is full. They have to wait in the car park for someone else to be discharged or die, so that they get a bed inside. So until this population in Zimbabwe understands the dire consequences of allowing this virus to spread, it's effectively going to kill a lot of Zimbabweans.
Israel has given vaccinations against coronavirus to more than 1 million people, the highest rate in the world as global immunization efforts step up, followed by Bahrain at 3.49 and the UK at 1.47, according to a global tracking website affiliated with Oxford University. In comparison, France has vaccinated 138 people in total by 30 December, more than around the world. In our next story, hospitals across UK must prepare for COVID surge. Senior doctors warned London's weekly rate is 858 cases per 100,000 people, double the UK figure. And the numbers being admitted to the city's hospitals means the UK-wide total for people in hospital with COVID has already passed the spring peak. Now, Professor Andrew Goddard of the Royal College of Physicians said the virus's new variant was spreading nationwide. Case numbers were mild compared to where he expected them to be next week, he said. And doctors were really worried. Half of the major hospitals trusts in England are said to be dealing with more COVID-19 cases than at the peak of the first wave in April, with the NHS having its busiest winter ever. On Friday, hospital bosses warned the next few weeks would be nail-biting difficult as cases of the new variant, which is up to 70% of more infections, topped 50,000 for more forthcoming days. The most recent UK-wide statistics will be recorded on the 28th of December. Now, for more news in detail, please log on to our website. That's www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also visit our Twitter handle at ZBC News Online, our Facebook page is ZBC News Online, as well as a YouTube channel, ZBC News Online. Now, still to come in the bulletin tonight. Economists Eddie Cross support strong foundation set by Transitional Stabilization Program in growing the economy. And in sports news, FC Platinum eager to progress to the next round of the CAF Champions League. Those are our headlines, and let's join us after the break.